What's going on, YouTube? It's Rod. Checking in. Yeah, I just wanted to give a few updates on stuff going on in the van. And I also wanted to give it's late evening here. Feeling real good outside too, I might add. I also wanted to give I got a few clips coming up right after this. I'm going to be showing some boondocking locations that I've been scouting out. Gonna be one of many locations. I'd like to get your input on what you think about those locations. They may or may not work. Like I said, I want your input if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. Will Burson gave some good tips on boondocking locations and how to rotate them in and out. You know, a day spot, a evening spot, and a night spot. And I really like that method. I think I'm going to really use that method. That's a pretty good method. But anyway, those clips will be coming up after I get through saying this. I just want to show the things I'm working on. This right here is going to be the piece that's going to cover that. I'm going to stain it, of course, and make it look all pretty. I got another piece that's going to go right over there. And another thing I want to show is my step. It's a little step I built. It's been built for a while. I use it to step in and out of the van. Like I said, this is a 2500 series, and I don't want to bust my noggin after that cool two-step I did last time. I didn't have it in, but I have it in now. And of course, I still use the old Walkman. The lights glaring, but anyway, listen to a little Margot Van this evening. And also want to show these clips. These are great clips. I saw Will Burson using these, and man, I had to have a few. I went and got a box of them, binder clips or whatever, and I use them to clip those curtains together tight. And I plan on adding a little area here. I'm gonna sew a little piece of denim or something over here, hopefully the same color, that I can stretch this over to cover this gap up. And I'll use magnets or something to fix it. Like I said, I won't have to worry about this side because the AC will be in here. This one will be all closed up. Anyway, that's the step and everything. I'm gonna show this AC deal here. Like you see, I got this thing lathered in shellac or urethane, and I went ahead and put the carriage bolts in it, as you can see, just to keep from losing them. I'm missing one, so I didn't get that one. I'm gonna have to go back and get that one. And this thing's ready to go in. This is the front of it. Oh Lord have mercy. Oh, I did it. Oh well. Anyway, this is the front of it. That's how it looks from the inside. I know these bolts are a little long, but they get shorter once I put it inside the window itself. And I'll just use, it's a really tight fit. I'm gonna elevate it a little bit off the bottom, and I got my drain hose. I don't know if you can see the drain hose in the back there. I'm hoping that's adequate. If it's not, we'll go from there. And I'm just gonna use some silicone to seal a little small gap, which is so minuscule around the edges. Anyway, that's as you can see, it's just a sandwich effect, and it's stout as an ox. I'll show the bottom too if I can maneuver it in here. Let you see the bottom. That's the bottom of it. That'll be the bottom. As you can see, the drain hose and all that. But it's it's not a complicated design, but you want to make sure it's right. That's pretty much it. Things I want to show today. Like I said, I got some clips and get your tips on those boondocking locations. Got to put the smoke detector in here, CO2 detector, and I got some things coming up after the AC gets installed. I got some more things coming up about my propane tank. I'm using a standard 20-gallon propane tank. It's gonna be fixed outside of the van with some of those forklift clamp things that you see them on those propane tanks on forklifts. And I'll probably have it inside of some type of a box. But that's my idea. And I'm thinking about putting it on a spare tire holder and removing my ladder, which I don't want to lose my ladder, but I gotta have that propane tank, and I want a tank that I can easily swap out and keep it moving out on the highway, out on the road. But anyway, this is Rod. I don't talk too long. And y'all check these clips out and give me y'all tips on those boondocking locations. And we'll talk to you soon. What's going on, YouTube? This is Rod signing on. Yeah, I just want to come on and talk about some things. I've been checking out boondocking locations in the area I'm in. And location now, not going to say too much. It's a declassified, I guess for lack of better words, maybe semi-decommissioned, I'm just going to say barracks. Or I'm just going to, just how I say base. But it's not one of your newer bases. Bases. You have to have certain clearances to get in this location, and I just so happen to be lucky enough to. I guess I won't say lucky, but I have one of those clearances. I guess lucky. Yeah, we use lucky. And this place for boondocking, once you get in, it's just a huge place. It's a lot of streets. You know, they have different locations, and they kind of, since it's semi-used by the powers that be, there are civilians inside that work for the powers that be, and you know, they pretty much leave you alone. They don't harass you. You know, the people in here are supposed to be in here. No one's in here that's not supposed to be in here. And they get accustomed to the vehicles that's inside. You know, especially if you say, "Hey, I'm so and so, you know, it's me, and you know, y'all know me, and that's what I'll be driving, and everything's cool." And I figure I could get in here and do some boondocking and be, you know, relatively safe, relatively left alone. I can get off to myself. I can get, you know, off to myself and just kind of, man, I can get full enough off and even probably run the generator without any issue. Like I said, it tends to be noisy out here, quite noisy. And as you can see, it's just vast areas in between different locations. I don't want nobody to see me videoing out here. I think I'm some kind of a terrorist or something, so I'm gonna hold this thing down. But you know, there are security personnel that periodically rise, but I just so happen I know 90% of them by first name. And I even talked to some of them about, you know, doing that. And they said, "Man, it's fine. We know you." So I said, "That's great. That's great. Stay low key and come in." And I'd have to figure out hours of doing this. And the hours of doing this will primarily in the daytime. I don't know about night. Even though this thing never closes, it's 24/7. It don't shut down. So, you know, I could even move around inside of here. You know, it's so big. It's like several blocks, city blocks. Look at those geese. Can you see those geese out there foraging? Look at them. Wildlife is everywhere. But that's just one of the ideas of a safe place in this area that I would consider. I would definitely consider boondocking here, because what I think about is, you know, if I want to be isolated, semi-isolated in a contained environment that's not in the public, I don't have to worry about the public. I don't even have to worry about regular police or regular sheriff. Not that I have an issue. I should be worried about them at all. But you know how sometimes they might want to see what you're up to. And that's a good thing. But you know, we sometimes view that as harassment of some sort if you're not bothering anyone. But in here, they don't come in here. You know, only the I guess you can say law enforcement team or that's here. You know, which is it's not overwhelming at all. But you know, the people that's in here that's tasked with that job, you know, I can deal with them. And like I said, I'm very familiar with those guys and girls. But I think this is a good location. and I'm gonna add it to my list of locations. Hold this down, there's a vehicle coming. Like I said, I know it's not safe riding with this thing. You know, I'm working on getting a mount. Now, if I was on the city streets, of course, I would definitely not be holding this thing up, riding. You know, if I was on the city streets. But like I said, this is not public. These are not public streets, and man, that's people are looking. I hate that. These are not public streets, and so you know the speed limit in here is slow. That's the speed limit. You go slow. And that's what I'm doing. But this is just I'll be doing videos of different boondocking. Another vehicle. I'll be doing videos of different boondocking locations that I pick, and especially when they're like this one, you know, semi-decommissioned, semi-declassified, for lack of better words, I guess. You know, like I said, there are still the powers that be in here that operate out of here. Very low importance. Well, I guess it's semi-low importance. There's nothing dangerous in here that would be considered a threat to national security now. But you know, that's why they kind of lax. They're not always lax, but they're a little lax. And I think I can boondock in here just fine with no problem. You know, stay out of the, you know, stay in the open and just, you know, hide in plain sight. Okay, for lack of better words, I'm coming up to the gate. This is Rod signing off. Y'all take care out there. Till next time. What's going on, YouTube? This is Rod signing off. Yeah, I was just gonna do a quick video. I've been scoping out some boondocking locations, and this is one here. It's a storm in the area, so this is one here that I had in mind. I'm not gonna give any, you know, too much information, but it's a decommissioned army barracks, or decommissioned base, for lack of better words. I just leave it at that. But this place, you have to have certain clearances to get in here. I just so happen to have one of those clearances, and look at the geese. I got somebody behind me. I hate that. But you know, once you get that clearance, you know, you pretty much can you know, once you get past the, you know, checkpoint, you can pretty much get in here. It's semi-used. It's semi-used still for you know, I guess I say government stuff. But anyway, it's a lot of all right. Now check this one out. This is another boondocking possibility. As you can see, it's very wooded. Long streets, and like I said, during the week, this place is probably pretty busy. But on like the weekends, I could imagine this place being quite calm and not as many vehicles. Now, there is security, but like I said, it's rather sparse. And I think they only operate inside of the buildings. They really don't be out in the open like this. Like I said, this is just a long street and there's several streets around here like that, and they're just long, and the truck drivers park on them all the time. They were lined up down through this area this morning, and like I said, if I timed it right, maybe on the weekends, something like that. You know, they have these big empty lots, and even just putting up on this street right here would be, you know, a few hours. I don't know, low key. I don't know. Now give me some feedback. What y'all think about that? I'm coming up to. Actually, I got a little ways to go. These are some back roads, and it's a huge lot over there. It's part of like an entertainment complex. I don't know if you can see it over there. And that entertainment complex, they have games there, and like I said, it's a big dead end straight ahead. It's a major highway up there. Like I said, I'm near a major highway. There's a lot of truck traffic. And I've seen those expedite vans. See, there's an RV pulled up in that lot over there, alongside of an RV alongside of a truck. He has his pop-outs out and everything. And as you can see, there's another long strip and another 18-wheeler. This guy telling me to go ahead. I'm chilling. I don't see why I have to. Anyway. It's a long. I'm gonna get a shot of this. There's a guy walking here. See, there's people walking. I'm sure this guy is probably a truck driver getting some exercise. I pulled out here in the shade. I'm gonna have to get off this thing now. I'm starting to get back in traffic. I just wanted to show the RV. See, he's camped out over there in that empty parking lot. And like I said, it's just long stretch of road. But anyway, I'm back on the street now. I'm gonna have to get off this thing. And all right, that's another boondocking spot. Give me y'all feedback on what y'all think. What's some good spots? And I'm open to all suggestions.